My partner and I have been together now for almost 4 years. And when you think about it, this is well beyond the typical honeymoon period for most couples. Yet, our relationship continues to grow. Our emotional connection continues to deepen. Our sex life continues to hit new heights we never thought possible. And our spiritual connection continues to transport us to places unimagined. This caused me to wonder why our relationship is the way it is when our respective previous ones followed the same downhill course that so many other couples seem to experience. And it is from this pondering that I share 7 habits that we've adopted that seem to make all the difference between what most couples experience and a truly extraordinary one. Whatever relationship wisdom my partner and I have acquired to achieve what we currently have was frankly born out of the ashes of many, many mistakes over the years. I have personally made just about every kind of relationship blunder one can imagine. During my previous marriage, I was intensely driven, shut down, self-centered, acted like a victim, complained all the time, never fully appreciated my wife in the way she deserved, never gave our kids the time and full attention they deserved, and overall was a jerk most of the time. I wish I could say this is an over-dramatization, but unfortunately, it is not. I finally got to such a low point that I just knew I was slowly killing myself and had to make a change, a big change. And that meant considering 2 options. A, ending it quickly at my own hand, or B, making a huge shift in how I showed up in life. Fortunately, I chose B, despite it being very painful, messy, and throwing me into more uncertainty than I thought I could ever bear. And so it is from this perspective that I respectfully share the habits my partner and I have learned through the valley of pain and practice to achieve the level of relationship we now enjoy. And the first habit is daily gratitude. The very first thing we both do upon waking, whether together or not, is give sincere, heartfelt gratitude for each other being in our lives and all the other gifts of this life. We have found gratitude to be an effective antidote to complaining and victimization. The next habit is meditation. Now, this is another first thing in the morning practice we each do. Like so many others, our world is very frenetic and has many distractions vying for our attention. This tends to put us in our heads, which is, well, not very fertile soil for relationships to flourish. So we each spend a few minutes in the morning quieting our monkey minds and recentering. This helps prepare us for the next very important habit, and that is being fully present. Now, this one is crucial. We insist on being fully present for each other when together, whether eating a meal, listening to music, having fun, walking on the beach, tenderly kissing, greeting or saying goodbye to each other, or making love. We have found that presence is the only space in which our relationship can continue to grow and stay fresh. And it seems to be the only state where true fulfillment blossoms. Then there's authenticity. We insist on always showing up as our authentic selves and saying what is on our minds without pretense or even fear of the other's feelings being hurt. This gives us the confidence of knowing the other is not hiding or holding anything back. This is a fearless, deep knowing that includes the full range, going all the way from ugly warts to indescribable beauty that reveals the endless new wonderment that we are for each other. Then this next one is something we call separating the ego from the heart. We each subscribe to the very powerful context that our heart, metaphorically speaking, and not our ego, represents our true essence. This allows us to take any relationship pain, which of course is unavoidable, and make it not so personal. Within this context, our hearts can never be hurt or broken. Any pain we do feel is a reaction of our ego, our false self, and this makes conflicts rare, and when they do happen, relatively short-lived and easy to mend. Then we take time to respect gender differences. We are each acutely aware of our hardwired gender-based emotional and sexual differences, primarily due to what we call the default sexual operating system. And with this knowledge, we strive to adjust our respective behaviors so that these differences no longer have the power to rob the intimacy and fulfillment from our relationship. Now, this last one might be a little bit of a head-scratcher for you, and that is we maintain separate lives. And this is probably the most controversial of our 7 habits. As much as we love each other, we make a point of not living together 24/7 or being attached to the hip. Typically, we spend Friday through Sunday together and Skype every evening the rest of the week. Our plan is that when we do share a common residence, it is with the proviso that we would each have our own separate bedrooms and living spaces. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering if our relationship is so great, why can't we live together like, normal couples? Well, we both sincerely believe that a big reason why our relationship is so good is because we do maintain separate lives. We recognize that we each need the space, figuratively as well as literally, to continue growing as individuals. This also means that when we are together, we are that much more excited and present for each other. And let's face it, most normal couples typically don't do so well in the long run. Okay, so I'll admit that there probably are more than 7 essential habits that we practice, but these are a great start. Now, will incorporating these habits fix any broken relationship? Not likely, nor are they even designed to. Ideally, you start practicing them before it gets that far. And will doing these faithfully guarantee your relationship will flourish and never fail? Not necessarily. However, I truly believe they will help build a firewall against relationship failure and establish a firm foundation upon which your sense of mutual fulfillment will only continue to grow as long as you are together.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Extraordinary Intimacy with Michael J. Russell. For all speaking, media interviews, and workshop inquiries, go to michaelrusselllive.com. For private intimacy coaching, send an email to coaching@michaelrusselllive.com.